Hi, it's Deontay here with Team Firewall Pass. I'm here with a Dino Shaddoll deck. So this is going to be a deck profile pretty much prior to Eternity Code, so we're not going to be playing the, I think it's called the Argosaurus. So we're going to do the main deck and we're going to do the extra deck today. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get right into that deck profile. So we are playing 3 Soul Eating Oviraptor. This is your play starter. It dumps a dinosaur from deck to grave, or can add a dinosaur to hand. It doesn't have a restriction on the level 2, so you can add things like Pankratops, you can add things like Doggeron. I do play the Overtext, so you can send the Overtext as well, and you can send like your Giant Rex, whatever you need. We have the 3 Miscellaneousaurus. This is pretty much like your hand trap of the deck. It stops your opponent from pretty much targeting or like using card effects on your dinosaur monsters during the main phase. So it's just really nice, and it also acts as an extender. So when Argosaurus comes out, this becomes like a 1-card combo. It's insane. But yeah, this card pretty much gets me my level 1 Aeolo, the baby tuner, which in this deck, we're not focusing on the needle fiber plays. We're just focusing on going second and OTKing or breaking my opponent's board. Next, we play the 1 Petite Pteranodon. This is for when, like, if I go first, I can go ahead and Miscellaneousaurus and, like, let's say, for example, banish this another dino to summon this out. So that way I can pop this and get a Petite, or not Petite, get a Pankratops. Get Pankratops to the field, and Pankratops is just a nice interruption. So having that like Ultimate Conductor, or having that in like a window is pretty sweet. And yeah, and then the next card we play, or next baby, sorry, I should go to that first. We play Aeolo. Aeolo is just a tuner. It's kind of a brick in hand, which does kind of suck, but it is a nice little extender for either link plays or for synchro plays. You can make like Chambar or Trish, which is really nice. And then we play another extended Giant Rex. This is another brick in the hand, right? Well, it can be a brick. If you have double evolution pill, it's not bad because you can always special summon it. But other than that, yeah, it's just a really good extender. It's level 4. It helps you make your Logia or your Dolka, things like that. And then we have your main boss guy, which is the Ultimate Conductor. So the Ultimate Conductor, you only want to play 2 in this build. I wouldn't play 3 unless it was like a more pure, or like a True King variant where you're really getting a lot of those dinos in grave in order to use, to banish them and summon him. So 2 is just fine. It works out really well. Him and Winda is really hard to get over turn 1. And it's really nice. Pankratops is a really solid card for going second. Searchable. You can special summon it when your opponent controls more monsters. And then we have the Quatless. Quatless searches for your double Evo pill. It also acts as a spell and trap negate by tributing a dino monster you control in hand. Doggeron is just a kaiju. Get over dudes that you can't get over otherwise, pretty much. And that's it for the dino section. So we're going to go ahead and go into the rest. So first we're going to start off with Nibiru. Nibiru is just a really solid card. Even in this format, like, it's really good for Rogue. The only deck it's not really good against is Eldritch, because they only typically summon the Gold Boy. And it's decent against Adamanticators. It really depends on if they're able to keep that monster negate on board while completing their board. Because if they get rid of that and they like make like a spell negate, or they need that to link off into some other plays, like this is really nice. So it kind of like it punishes them for overextending or not respecting it, pretty much, because people may not think people are playing this right now because with Guacamaru, or like their ways of stopping it from coming out. And this is a level 10, which is nice because it works with, I play the Super Dreadnought cannon, so it works with Ultimate Conductor. If you're trying to go for that game, you inflict 2,000 damage with your Dreadnought guy, so really nice. Next is the Shaddoll part. We only play 3. It's a very small Shaddoll engine. We play the Wendy. We play this because it's a different type, or it's like a different attribute, so you can make app cologne with it. And it also special summons things like Beast or Dragon from Grave, which actually, Dragon has come up where you flip it and then you bounce something, so that has come up. I mainly use it for Beast, which is the draw 2 discard one. And then, yeah, we play the Dragon, we play the Beast. Nothing really to say about that. This hits back row, and then also if it's flip summon, it bounces a card. Draws a card if it's sent to grave, and then draws 2 cards if it's flip summon, but you discard 1. Just really solid overall. And then we play the Trick Clown, or the Clown package. We're playing Super Poly instead of this, but Super Poly isn't that great this format. So I do play the Clown engine. It's more light targets for Construct. Originally I was only playing Trick Clown, but I decided to play the Damage Juggler as well. Because it also starts for this, and this extends into like rank 4 combos, or like links and stuff. Because this allows you to make Dweller, which is really nice. And all these are just really good extenders. And then we kind of essentially play a 4th Overraptor. I want to really get to the, the Overtext play, or get to be able to send like your Shaddolls to grave. It's just a really nice card in this deck. If you don't have Overraptor, this is another play starter, which is really cool. Then you play 3 Fossil Dig. This searches for your Overraptor mainly. If you have your Overraptor, you search for miscellaneous. Things like that. It's just really nice. It's not once per turn either. And then we have the 3 Lightning Storm. We are going second deck, so we do want to, kind of, get rid of their back row, break their boards, bait out negates, whatever. Then we play 3 Call by the Grave. I think Call by the Grave is pretty good this format. If you're forced to go first, you can stop things like Block Dragon, Eldridge, any hand traps, if you don't have your miscellaneous. And going second is just another nice interruption, right? Like, you can, if they're playing a Orcus, for example, that Babel, you can, try to force out their Orcus stuff prior to you going off. So that way, you can try to prevent any interruptions, right? So if they have, for example, Ding, Grave, and a Skeleton, you can activate this, target the Ding or Skeleton, either way. They'll obviously chain the Skeleton, targeting their Ding and try to special summon it back. And then at that point, if you have no monsters on board, they can't really send anything on your board. They just have to add a card back from their banish to Ding, right? So it's just really nice to bait out stuff and get around things. And yeah, it's a very solid card. They play Shaddoll Fusion. Shaddoll Fusion, I believe, is one of the most broken fusion spells in this game. It allows you to send from deck to grave if your opponent controls an extra deck, which is almost always, And yeah, if they have an extra deck monster, you just kind of go off. If they don't, it's fine. You have other means of breaking their boards, and obviously, like, their board's not going to be like super strong. Yeah, there's not really many decks that can build strong boards right now that can't go in their extra deck, or that don't go in their extra deck, I should say. And then we have the 1 double evolution pill. You don't want to play anymore. You play one of these in 1 quatless. It's just pretty much like you play a bunch of like cards that aren't dinos, right? So you definitely do need this. There are combos in the deck where you can get by without using this. Like if you use, for example, if you use Soul Eating and you chain like miscellaneous, right? And then you add the Ultimate Conductor to hand, you can use miscellaneous, summon your Aeolo, synchro for like Chambara, and then you can banish those 2 and summon your Ultimate Conductor. So like you have other ways of getting Ultimate Conductor out in this deck. This is just another way if you don't see your, like if you don't see certain cards, pretty much. And yeah, it's just really nice. And then we play Foolish Burial, self-explanatory. You dump a monster from deck to grave. and it's just it's another play starter essentially, because you can just send Quatless with this. If you already have pretty much your setup, you can just send like a beast and draw a card, and yeah. And then we play the one Rhoda. This searches for your Armageddon Knight. We only have one target in the deck. We wanted to max out the amount of starters we had that we could possibly like do in this deck, and I figured like this was essentially another starter because this was essentially Armageddon Knight. If you open up this and Armageddon Knight together, it does kind of suck, but it doesn't happen very often. And then we play the Upstart. It's not much to say. We want to make this deck as consistent as possible, so this is like a 39 card deck. I wouldn't play... I mean, you can probably play Extravagance in this deck if you really wanted to. You would have to change the extra deck a little bit and kind of like play like 3 of everything that's like super necessary, and then, you know, 1 of other things that's not as necessary. But I don't know, I like having a lot of different routes to go in my extra deck, so I really don't mind sacrificing that. I was maxing out all my starters. Like essentially I have, so you have like your Rhoda, you have your Foolish, you have your Armageddon Knight, you have your 3 Falso Dig, and you have your 3 Solar Nova Raptor. So that's essentially like 9 starters, right? So it's just really, it's really not a big deal to, you know, play the Upstart. Especially like in the True King variant, I feel like you kind of have to play it because you have to play the Extravagance because you're playing, you know, with, what's it called? You're playing with like the babies and stuff like that. And sometimes it can be bricks if you don't open up your True Kings because you only have 1 diagram now. And so seeing your Extravagance to draw into extra cards to combo off is really nice in that build. But I feel like this build doesn't need it as much. And then we go to the extra deck. It's fairly simple. We play double Winda. I played 2 in here. You can probably cut one of these. You can probably just get away with 1. I just had some extra space and I didn't know what to put in there at the time. And then we play the 1 Construct. Construct is really nice. It sends another Shaddoll to grave, so you can send like a Windy and set like a Beast if you already sent like your Dragon or something. Just really solid. In Apgalone, it's on summon negate, so it can bait out stuff. That's it for the fusions. And then we play Trish. Everybody knows what Trish does. It banishes a card from hand, field, and grave. And then we have the Chambara. This gains 200 every time it does battle. And it's not battle with another monster, it's just battle, so you can just attack directly and it gains 200 attack, which is really nice. And then we play the Dolka and the Logia. They're your negates. Dolka is typically better because it is a double monster negate, not once per turn, and you can chain to itself, or like chain, like you can do it more than once per chain. Logia is kind of like a Solemn Judgment in a way. You can negate a spell, trap, or monster summon. And then you have your rank 10 Train, the Super Dreadnought. It's really nice. It comes in clutch when you're trying to really go for that damage and kill them. Then you have the Abyss Dweller. That shuts down a lot of decks. It's a really good generic rank 4. I don't think it's as sorry, my throat. I don't think it's as great this format, but it's still a really good card. And we got your Bulbasaur for OTKs. We got your Unicorn to spin stuff back. Your Phoenix to, you know, pop back row. This you do banish stuff, so this can get pretty big. And then you can like miscellaneous summon like something and then banish everything if you do need a board wipe. But you can find, if you don't like this, you can find something else and put in there. And then the Pentastag. The Pentastag is really nice. It sets up OTKs with Ultimate Conductor, because Ultimate Conductor then does piercing. So it's just really nice because you can like calculate how much you do, right? You see all your opponent's face up monsters, you flip them all face down, you know all their stats already, so you can kind of know what the best option is to kill them, because you can either, you know, go this route and then make your Ultimate Conductor do piercing, or if you think it's better to just leave your Ultimate Conductor there and do the 1000, that's fine too. Either way, it's pretty big damage. Yeah. So that is it for the deck profile of the Dino Shaddolls. Our next profile will probably be Cosmos, or I'll probably get in contact with some of my friends and see if they can do a Adamancer or a there was like a Blue Eyes Guard Dragon variant that one of my buddies had. So yeah, we'll go ahead and post new videos. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll try to see if we can make that happen. Please comment, subscribe, like, and you guys have a great day.